Hey there, welcome to the GameTime podcast, an extension of the YouTube channel Puddly. I'm Michael.
And I'm Erik. I've been into a couple of things, I promise. I am real.
Not quite. But we like games. That's basically what this podcast is about. We like playing games, talking about games, and just gaming.
Yeah, just games. It's pretty much all we do. We live a sad
Yeah.
existence.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely. We are something else.
So, let's just decide a genre to talk about today. What do you
Like,
want to talk
this
about?
is considering the fact that Banjo is coming out soon for Smash. I want to talk about the significance of all the DLC fighters for Smash and what ones could potentially have a big impact if they were to come.
I understand, because Joker, when he came out, was a big impact for not just Sony finally doing something other for somebody other than themselves, but also Atlas finally getting more recognition as their own developer, not a product of somebody else.
Definitely, like they were kind of really known as like a division of Sega,
Yeah, they
but
are.
mhm. but when they finally got accepted into Smash, it was a really big thing because they got in before Microsoft or Rareware. Like they got in before Sony with Crash. It, and Ubisoft even like you'd think that they do Ubisoft and stuff, but they got in before, and I think that's a big thing for gaming because it shows that anyone with an impact on gaming as a whole.
Yeah, I think
It's
it's a
well,
nice message to indie developers because yeah, they're not as small as most indie developers, but they are definitely small in terms of triple A people like Microsoft, and for them to get major recognition like that when Persona 5 hasn't even sold like a triple A game is amazing.
definitely like with speaking of like indie representation in Smash, we have Shantae as a spirit and Shovel Knight as an assist trophy. That's some serious love for indies.
Yeah, I mean,
In Smash,
everybody loved those games and they were probably high on the Smash ballot for 4.
definitely Shovel Knight at least.
Oh yeah, because that is also a good
Although
game. I suck at it, but I do enjoy it.
personally have never played it. I've rarely seen gameplay, but I want to get into it because it seems fun.
It is quite a fun experience. You will die a lot and lose a lot of money, but hey, money. It's not that
Oh,
important, right?
oh yeah. But like the general celebration of gaming as a whole and the history of it, and to me, it's kind of surprising that Sonic took so long to get in Smash. And
Yeah,
he
I mean,
was kind of planned to be in Melee, but they couldn't do it in time, or they didn't do it. Sega and them couldn't reach terms. But then after Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games, way back when,
exactly. They were playing
hey,
sports
we can
together
work
before they
together.
were punching each other in the face.
Like at that point, though, Sega realized, hey, this is a good opportunity, and since then, it's realized Smash is a celebration, especially when Snake got in.
Yeah, it's no longer just these big. Snake was the turning point where it wasn't just, hey, look at all these mascots that people love from big AAA names. It's, look at Konami. They have a good game. They wanted, we want good characters, not names. Here's a good character.
We have Snake. We have now Simon and Richter Belmont, or as I like to call them, Dio and Jonathan. But that's beside the point.
No, no, not now.
Think,
No joke jokes.
but like Joker coming for Smash, it really it adds on to what Snake did, and it opens up a possibility for pretty much any gaming icon, or even not even an icon. Joker came out what 2 years ago?
Yeah, I want to say Persona
2 years ago,
5 released in 2016.
2016.
Maybe. I'm not sure on my
Not
game
that
release
long
dates.
ago. And like you compare it to say Banjo, who is the most requested character in Smash for decades,
Yep.
has been around since 1998. he just finally got in after Joker. So
Yeah,
it's not about icons as much as it is about just good games and
yeah.
celebrating them. Because Persona 5 has such a big impact on JRPGs.
Oh, definitely. It is a real.
Modern Final Fantasy 7, it's revolutionizing the genre.
Exactly. I mean, the gameplay does look like 15, just altered slightly, so that's actually probably more playable. Let's not talk
Mm-hmm.
about 15. At least not yet. But it seems super interesting, the remake for 7. And I'm curious if they're going to put another Final Fantasy character into Smash because Final Fantasy's been doing well since forever ago, and they're very iconic characters.
I mean, with the remake coming out next year, I could see Tifa or Sephiroth getting in, and it would probably end up being Tifa because usually they don't have villains until after at least a second protagonist.
So you're
Going off of what they've
saying,
been doing recently.
so you're saying the options are emo boy who wants to end the world and anime chick,
Oh yes, chick.
because
Only the
those
cool one.
those are the only two types of characters, right? Right?
Or we can get a cross-dressing alt for Cloud.
Oh yeah, the best alt, definitely.
Speaking of Cloud, when like I feel like the most trailers, like character reveals for Smash, were as ordered: Sonic, Cloud, Snake.
I could see that because
Well, Banjo's up there too, but I'm saying like ones that were like completely like took the world by storm. Banjo, I forgot. Like I always forget that he's in Smash because like my whole life I wanted him in and everyone told me no. So like my brain still has trouble comprehending it.
yeah,
Especially because there's been like nothing about him shown other than the one trailer. So it's like my brain kind of like pushes it back. But it would be up there too.
yeah, and so those are just general around the world, but take Bayonetta, who took Europe by storm,
Oh,
because
definitely. Like, didn't she win the ballot? Oh wait, no. I forgot there was a scandal that went around that they lied about who won the ballot. It was actually like Banjo or someone, but they didn't want to try the legal stuff, so they just went with Bayonetta.
I mean, I've played Bayonetta, and I'm not so upset about her getting representation because her games are fun. I mean,
Oh, definitely. I For the first time on your Switch, and let me tell you, I am excited to buy that game. I genuinely want it. It was fun,
it's real
and
nice and it's
it
extremely
takes me to
over the
Smash.
top.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like Hero, like going back to the DLC fighters. It's kind of like Hero, how Bayonetta impacted Europe, Banjo impacted, and Hero impacted. Because with E3, you had two characters to satisfy two parts of the world. Japan got Hero, USA got Banjo. Most people in
Exactly.
Japan weren't excited about Banjo. Most people in America weren't excited about Hero. I personally
I was
say equally excited about both because obviously, I'm a huge Banjo fan, and so he's been my childhood dream ever since I was like 5 to get him in Smash. So that's a whole nother level of excitement. Hero. Now, I may not have shown it when I watched the initial trailer at E3.
it was probably just because you were
I
disappointed it wasn't Banjo, but then it was.
I've been a fan of it since I was younger. I used to play like the DS, like one on the DS. I don't remember which one it was, and like because I love Akira Toriyama's work,
Yeah, gotta love his art
and so
style.
I could easily get into it. Exactly, I could easily get into it. I'm actually even downloading the demo for 11 on my Switch as we speak. Uh,
I have
the
11 on my
movie.
PS4
Mhm.
and it's a good game. I still haven't beaten it yet because it is surprisingly long. Longer than I
It's a
thought.
Dragon Quest game.
Yeah, but see, normally I
Long.
could beat a JRPG within 100 hours. I'm at 150 and I'm only close to the end.
Mm. Um, we've already talked about Banjo and stuff.
So
I'm curious as to what the next be. You got another Square rep like was rumored, and Banjo. Joker was kind of predicted, but not really.
yeah, it was
There's been
still
some
a
spot on
surprise.
stuff. hmm There's been some spot on stuff, some stuff like Vergaben. We don't need to go too deep into that. I don't know if you
Yeah,
follow Vergaben, but he's been right on every single prediction.
I mean, hey, or you could
Or
be right on, or you could be like me and be right on every prediction. Because if you don't make a prediction, you can't be wrong.
um, been something going around about Overwatch getting a rep in Smash.
It would be interesting. I haven't spent a lot of time in Overwatch, but it'd be fun to see how they turn a primarily shooting character into a melee fighting game.
And look what they did for Snake and stuff. He's not really known for fist fighting. He's known for shoot first, ask questions later.
But he
But like,
has the Morgana attack, the putting you to bed, also known as the best throw in the game.
I don't know if Overwatch would get a rep before like Doom or something like that though.
Yeah, because
Really would be a big statement, like a big impact on the first person shooter games as well. Not
yeah,
just Doom. Just because Doom's the grandfather of it all doesn't mean that he has to be in Smash.
exactly. I
For the
mean,
modern series.
just because Banjo made platformers in the West super popular doesn't mean he had to be in the first Smash game.
And kind of the same thing with it was the same thing with Doom. It's like, yeah, the original shooter game doesn't mean it has to be in. It could represent any modern series. For all we know, we could get a horror game rep soon. People are thinking Leon Kennedy for Smash.
Leon,
You wouldn't mind that?
he's not Raccoon City Police. He's real police dude. Because real police dude, here to save the day and roundhouse kick you into oblivion, but shh.
Street
Uh,
Boys. See, I wouldn't mind a Resident Evil rep in Smash. I love Resident Evil
I
for
have
life, but I think that if we're gonna get a horror rep, it's probably gonna end up being something more simple. Survival horror. I feel like it would be maybe like Five Nights at Freddy's.
yeah, but
I admit that did have a huge impact on the horror genre. Like it was kind of dying, and then when FNAF came out, it kind of took the horror community by storm.
yeah, but now I think the horror communities has changed for the worse. It's not building an atmosphere to a surprise, it's leading you to a spooky jump scare that you could see coming from a mile away. Unless it's
Exactly. Like
unless it's super good at
that.
building tension, which not a lot of games are.
Yeah, like an evil per se or Silent Hill. It's quite the opposite. Even Clock Tower was probably scarier than most modern horror games.
Yeah, because those had a build up. It wasn't just surprise. You got the terror of what's going to come get me, and then it would wait a bit, and then you got the scare. It wasn't, oh, the end of that hallway, there's going to be a jump scare, and then there was.
Exactly. And don't think we'd see a horror rep in Smash for quite some time though. Even if horror is a big part of the gaming community, especially on YouTube, I don't think we're gonna see a horror rep anytime soon in Smash. At least not in Ultimate.
Yeah, I don't think I see a horror rep coming, but we all know Microsoft doesn't have a rep yet. Who do you think it's going to be?
We have Banjo.
Yeah, but they're rare.
Banjo is by omens. They are, but like Banjo is considered a Microsoft rep at this point because Rare is a second party developer for Microsoft.
Yeah,
It's kind of like Atlas, how it's kind of Joker's kind of considered a Sega rep,
yeah, but there
even
are a
though he's
bunch of
Atlas.
there are a bunch of Atlas games that are done by themselves, which you've never heard of because Atlas. They kind of
Like Sega, or like yeah, with Bayonetta, I mean Platinum Games,
yeah. Platinum Games makes real good games. Take Nier Automata or Bayonetta or Astral
Astral
Chain.
Chain. That got a 9 by IGN. That's literally point 0.5 away from being the same rating as Smash freaking Ultimate.
Yeah.
So I
So
mean, it's got to be a pretty good game. I
yeah.
personally, well, we haven't tried it yet, either of us, and I'm debating on getting it this weekend.
I'll see if I can get it too because I love me some hack and slash and I'm terrible at
Mhm.
them sometimes, good at them
Speaking
other
of hack
times.
and slash, what if we got like Ryu from Ninja Gaiden?
That would be cool. I haven't
It's
played a
been
lot of
leaked for a while.
so the if I told you the last Ninja Gaiden game I played was Ninja Gaiden 3, that old one.
Argue with you. The wait, the which
It was
you
still
mean
a
like the Xbox 360 game, right?
it was still a 2D side scroller at that point.
Well, those Ninja Gaidens, like they
Yeah,
have the original Ninja Gaiden on the NES collection for Switch,
I haven't
but
played
I've played the newer ones, like the Xbox 360 remakes.
I've played the old ones. They kicked my butt.
Yeah, they were pretty crazy.
Okay,
Or what?
sometimes it's hard to tell what's the floor and what's not.
That's the curse of classic games, like especially like Metroid.
Oh yeah.
You're going down hardcore, dude.
Is that supposed to be lava or just a slightly different colored floor tile?
Is that a bat or I don't know?
The answer is it's always Kraid.
Um, this leak has been going around, and I'm just kind of going off of memory here. I did make a video about it, talking about a female rep being in Smash. And the leaker, like, he didn't say anything else, but the leaker did then comment on that post saying, "Oh, by the way, the female rep is going to have a mecha alongside her." So I'm thinking, at first I was thinking like Overwatch, like Tracer, but
See,
then because like it was weird timing with the Overwatch for the Switch leak.
my mind is immediately going to the one of the new characters from Borderlands 3.
Oh, ooh, I like that. I was thinking Astral Chain.
Yeah, although those are technically living creatures. At least that's what I
Oh,
understood from the trailer.
but
But
like,
nobody's
oh,
expecting a character from Borderlands 3, and Mose is her name, has a giant mech, and nobody knows much about her.
people brought up Diva from Overwatch.
Yeah, that's understandable. But, I mean, having a person who plays games in a video game, why would anybody want that? It's just too relatable. Nobody would play as anybody else.
Right?
Exactly. It'd be the
Deadpool
worst.
for Smash. Would break the fourth wall so much.
Do you want to know what we definitely needed Smash, though? More Fire Emblem characters.
Yes, I wouldn't argue because we don't have that many.
Yeah, there's more characters, but with how many characters there are in just one Fire Emblem game, it's absurd that they only get representation of one game, and when there's 16 different Fire Emblem games, including at least 20 completely unique characters, it's kind of a crime they get as little representation as they do.
I would love to play as Tiki, like to
Yeah,
have her final smash be like the Dragon Assist Trophy thing. She is the best assist trophy after all. Like,
definitely. But you gotta love the
mhm.
moon just because the moon.
Mm.
Not only does it hit you real hard, it stares into your soul and makes you question your life decisions. So what I do every time I look in the mirror.
So I just happened to peek over at my games next to me, and I saw ukulele, and I have an Echo Fighters pass. Because, like, to me, if they're gonna, I know Sakurai always, people say give Sakurai a break, yeah, yeah, yeah. But, like, the thing is, Sakurai doesn't really do all the developing. He has a team. He just
Yeah,
tells them what to do. So, like,
he's also in charge of
take a break.
marketing as
Yeah.
well.
If they really genuinely want to keep this game alive longer than Melee, longer than Smash 4, they're gonna need more than one pass, especially considering this Fighters Pass is gonna be done with in less than like 6 months.
Maybe they could take the Splatoon approach and just slowly release more Echo Fighters across multiple years.
It's saying like an Echo Fighters Pass, like the Fighters Pass. Like what they could do is they could do a Fighters Pass, Echo Fighters Pass, Fighters Pass, Echo Fighters Pass, like branch it out like that over the course of years. Keep it alive. Kind of like Mortal
Exactly.
Kombat X did. Mortal Kombat X lasted years upon years. It came out in 2014, 2015, and it lasted until after Injustice 2 came out. Actually, around till 11 came out.
Yeah, but Mortal Kombat
But,
11 died immediately because of demonetization, which is kind of sad.
so that kind of sucks. But like with like an Echoes Fighters Pass, maybe they could introduce. I was thinking, but then I remember their playstyle is actually very different from Banjo and Kazooie. I don't know if you've personally played ukulele. I love the game.
I've
Of
played
course,
through
it's
some
not as
of it.
good as Banjo, but
I've played through
like
some of the later areas. I didn't play through the early game, but I'm just gonna say something about the game. A lot of the later areas just feel unfinished, wide
but yeah, it's
open,
a Kickstarter
and
game. Like,
empty. Yeah. I
and I
mean,
can't really use an excuse that as an excuse. Like, it's a Kickstarter game. Don't expect much.
I
Because
mean,
we got
Bloodstained Ritual of
Hat
the
in
Night.
Time.
Yeah, both Bloodstained Ritual of the Night and A Hat in Time are great Kickstarter games.
Wait, female rep for Smash. That leak brought up female rep. Maybe so. Like, if we discount the heck, maybe it's Hat Kid.
It could be Hat Kid, yeah, that's definitely a chance. Because we need
See
another
Hat in Time
super
next
cute
too.
character.
And it would be just an amazing statement for Smash as a whole to say, hey, it's not just about the big, it's not just about the big name companies.
Yeah,
It's
supporting.
about indie. We got Atlas. We got Time in that case. Even Rareware could have once been considered indie, like
Yeah, definitely.
until they were bought up. Because like they wanted to be bought up by Nintendo, but Nintendo refused, and they made that mistake and ended up losing
Yeah.
them to Microsoft and lost all their one of their most profitable franchises ever.
I mean, hey, Rare made Connect games? I feel sorry
It
for
gotta
anybody
hurt
who
me.
still worked with them.
That's why most of the team that worked on Banjo and Kazooie left and made ukulele. And there
Exactly.
is the I kind of consider it like a ukulele and a half, like one and a half.
The
There, of
Switch.
the Impossible Lair.
Yeah.
It's kind of a way to like get it out there
Yeah,
to fans while ukulele 2 is in development.
it's a good idea, but do you want to know what game that I'm more excited for than that? Although it won't come out for a long time. Metroid Prime 4
I knew you were
because
gonna say that because I wouldn't say I'm as excited as you because I know you are a huge Metroid Prime fan.
definitely.
Like for it as a series, but I haven't really played more than Metroid Prime 3 and I need to play them. But my favorite NES game is Metroid. So like it's
Yeah.
pretty I'm a decent Metroid fan.
So, uh let's just say for the terms of, at least in my opinion, quality of Metroid games, at least Metroid Prime games, 1 was the best, 2 was in the middle, and 3 was the worst, although it's the worst, but still a good game. Definitely.
Yeah.
Not as fun to speedrun because you can't clip through walls and just walk to the final boss, but let's not
You
talk
have
about
to use
that.
motion controls.
I mean, it's at least when I played it wasn't super bad. It's weird going from motion controls back to a GameCube where you have to stop, hold R, then move, aim with the left stick.
See, it's not as bad as the Wii versions of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I've played Modern Warfare 3, the
See,
Wii, and let me tell you, it doesn't let you use anything but the either the zapper or the Wii remote and nunchuck, and it was awful. You could not aim. The motion sensing was so bad.
see,
Like on the Wii U, Call of Duty was fine because you could use the gamepad and stuff.
yeah. And the weird thing with using the Wii remote for playing Metroid Prime is it's hard to mash the A button and precision aim at the same time
Oh,
because
definitely.
it's just weird.
I can definitely see that.
I probably should have remapped my buttons, but I don't even think I could, or and if I did, I had no idea how to. So
And a lot of people have for like a next Smash rep is like Rayman,
yeah, I've seen
literally
the.
in the ice in the background of Battlefield.
Now you say clearly, but I don't see it at all.
Don't
No, I don't really.
the only person that doesn't.
Yeah,
I
I'm blind. I don't have eyes. I'm pretty sure I've said this. I don't exist, but I do. So don't listen to me, but also do.
um he's been getting a lot more recognition, and if I remember correctly, a 3D Rayman sequel has been
Well,
announced, like subtly announced.
the only Rayman game I played was Legends, I think it was. I always get
Great game.
I always get Legends and Origins mixed up.
Rayman 2 is probably the best Rayman game. Rayman 2 or Rayman Legends. Just to
I
let you know. I think that Rayman 1 and 2 are on the phone now.
really That's weird.
It'll be the same experience as the PS. Still out there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I
I've
think
always wanted a thing for Inkling in Smash where it's visible, kind of like the Mii Fighters, so that way you can like express your Inkling.
yeah, just like say if you
Sure,
had a Splatoon saved out on your Switch, it would just import your clothes as one of the costumes.
exactly.
That would
I
be
would love to
cool.
see that. Hmm.
That way you could see my terrible fashion sense for the sake of gear abilities, or dressing up like the stereotype of a French person because it gives good gear abilities. I guess, sort of, kind of.
Maybe.
Splatoon is also a nice, good game.
I find different reps that we could add for newcomers and Smash potential.
So,
I'm thinking Chief, Master Chief, but like a lot of people saying we can't have multiple Microsoft reps in one pass. It's unfair. Or it's not going to happen. It's like, dude, are you
sure
kidding
we
me?
can.
Master Chief is first-person shooters.
Yeah, I mean, everybody recognizes Halo. I've only played maybe two of the games, but if I saw the game, I'd be able to tell you that's Halo. If I
My
saw,
absolute favorite shooting franchise. Like Splatoon 2 is my probably my favorite shooting game. Period. But like franchise, I like more than Splatoon as a franchise.
yeah, because Splatoon only has two games, and not COD. Halo has a bunch. I don't know how many.
Halo to that garbage.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Call of Duty hasn't been good since Black Ops 2. Changed my mind.
Here's the thing, I haven't played a Call of Duty game since Black Ops 2.
like 3 wasn't bad per se, but Black Ops 4 was literal garbage heap. I would rather play modern Fortnite, like Fortnite today.
Of course it was garbage. It was a battle royale. How much were you expecting?
Something. It's literally Apex but without power.
Welp, then it sucks.
Really, Fortnite is a better battle royale game.
I never really got super interested in Fortnite. I'll be honest with you.
Imagine the outrage if a Fortnite rep got into Smash before Master Chief.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that just hate Fortnite.
80% of the gaming community as a whole.
Yeah, and that's a lot of
At
people.
least 80% of the gaming community.
See, I
I
understand
wouldn't say
where some hate comes from, but not all of it.
like take it from someone who's been playing since really early seasons. I think season end of season 3 when I joined, and it's season 11 now. Yeah, so the game. Then when season 5 came around, they kind of ruined it. It started to get a little weird and out of hand. Season 6 made it worse. Season 7 made it worse. I just completely dropped the game during season 6. Stopped playing at the end of season 7. Got the free battle pass and stuff because, I was cheap.
Of course, cheapness is how we
Played
live.
throughout season 8. Played throughout season 8. It was pretty fun. Into season 9. And of course, they added prop hunt and stuff in season 10, which is it's fun.
So now the game is
Fortnite prop hunt
Gary's
is fun.
mod.
Exactly. It plays almost identical to Gmod prop hunt, but it's third person.
So it's worse then.
Also hashtag port Gary's mod to Switch. Regardless. Uh,
But Gary's mod without mods is just Gary. And I don't want to play a snail.
uh, I know they kind of just ruined it. They add way too much stuff. They just took away what made the game fun.
Yeah. And plus,
All the esports players for the team that I run is they've pretty much all dropped the game and switched to something else.
yeah. But gotta love toxic communities. And saying
Yes.
anything against Fortnite can just kill you. Which is exactly what we're doing because apparently we don't like people liking us.
No, trust me, we'll have a lot of people on our side with this. The Minecraft community is strong with us.
Of course. I mean,
I
I don't
say
play.
Steve for Smash, and we'll be fine.
What's he going? Is he going to build dirt? Is he going to cover us in dirt? Because I'm already a dirty person. Please, don't ruin my perfectly made custom stage that may or may not be a Joe joke. I've spent so much
It would
time in it.
be like, say the Nintendo Direct starts up for the Winter Direct. It just released, everyone's happy. All of a sudden, Smash. Like, full stop. Sakurai's like, it's ultimate. You know what? I've given you guys what you want. Here you go. Shut up.
I could see that happening because, I mean, for the hero uh, announcement trailer, they had no script. They were on a super budget, so it's literally production value is getting worse. But I feel like it's becoming more of a personal thing. You know what I mean?
Mm. Trailer was awesome. I love that they referenced that Rare was involved with the Donkey Kong Country series
Oh yeah,
and how he finished off K. Rool like he did Gruntilda. And at first, like I get it because K. Rool's the villain and he did it to his a villain in the actual game, but I kind of like to see it as like a nod to how or tried to take K. Rool from Nintendo and lost.
Yeah, they also tried to take Donkey Kong with them, but people don't make the best decisions, and they didn't own Donkey Kong. They just made all of the good Donkey Kong games.
Haven't had a Donkey Kong Country game that feels the same. Even though, like, there's some Returns and Tropical Freeze were pretty good games, but they're not
Yeah,
on the same level as 1, 2, and 3. So, like, Funky Edition, that's the best game ever made, obviously.
clearly. I mean,
Knuckles.
Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles
Sonic and Knuckles is my jam, okay?
and Knuckles.
Precisely.
The only way to play that game is with the and Knuckles, where you just play as Knuckles and Knuckles. There is no other character, just Knuckles and Knuckles. And a secret third hidden character, Knuckles.
So, getting back on topic, uh, it was made clear that the DLC fighters for Smash would not be first party Nintendo characters. That's what was said, and apparently it's true.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna get Fire Emblem. I don't know. So I don't think we'd count Astral Chain as a Nintendo rep because Astral
Yeah,
Chain is
no,
Platinum Games, but it's just a
definitely.
Switch exclusive.
Yeah, give it time, they'll probably port it to something else.
Maybe.
Something with actually
Two
decent
only on
motion
Switch and
controls.
Wii U.
I mean, Splatoon's a good game, so.
Yeah. Like, if we're just thinking third party, like, what do you think is the best and most likely option for at least DLC number 4?
Best and most likely. I'm not sure. I know characters that I would want, but probably aren't likely. But I don't know who I would say is the most likely.
First, I would use Shield Rep, but then I would know no first party developers.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, so I think that's out of the water there.
Maybe Dante, but again, that's Capcom.
We could see another Capcom rip. We haven't seen one in the past yet.
Bayonetta was Capcom, right? No, Sega.
Yeah. Thinking for, like, Capcom reps, people are thinking Dante or Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, because gotta have Phoenix Wright in another fighting game. He'll point at you and throw papers.
Phoenix Wright would be the last character of the past if he was going to get in. So because he'd be like a joke character.
But we already got the joke character in the plant.
He's not part of the past. That's the thing. We had two joke characters in that was Pichu and
Yeah, but
Game and
that's when they
Watch.
didn't cost money, so nobody was upset
Yeah,
about them. And honestly, I find the practice of DLC to be upsetting. Not as much as microtransactions, it's just still upsetting.
yeah, because you only have to pay once.
Yeah.
I can kind of understand because a lot goes into making these games and a lot goes into making these characters. So like, if you're $6 for a character that they've been planning and working on for like a decade and a half for like Banjo,
Yeah.
like they've been planning Banjo since Melee. Actually, what his moveset was, it's like they just like because they had him planned out for Melee, but they just didn't have like Microsoft bought out Rareware, so they weren't able to use him. And at that, because at that time, Microsoft and Nintendo weren't all buddy buddy now,
Yeah.
like they are now. Um, so I feel like they just took that moveset from Melee, like at least a good chunk of it.
Yeah. That's always.
I
That
think
could have
that
been
would have
true.
been I like him hitting with by slamming Kazooie on the floor. I think that's pretty funny
Yeah.
and
I
pretty
forget what that
accurate to their
move's
characters.
called, but I know it exists in the game. Just
I think it's like
use.
bird back or something.
Yeah. Just use the sassy bird as a weapon. I mean,
um,
What else is it gonna do? Yell at you?
So I can understand paying $6 for DLC. Now, if it was like EA with Battlefront levels microtransactions, that's a no-no.
Yeah,
Or like
no.
Fortnite,
Or
I don't care for that, and I hate that. That's why that's part of the reason I just completely dropped Fortnite because it's all about that now. It's all about that now.
or Activision with the crashed nitro fueled, because here's the worst part about it. They started with no microtransactions, and it was easy to get the coins to unlock things. But halfway through their second event, they added microtransactions and made the coins harder to get. So it's the fact that they had something that worked, but then they got greedy and wanted more out of the game.
Yeah, it's kind of like can I just say rest in peace, Rocket League, because it's gonna
Oh
die within the
yeah.
next few months because it was a great game, but then Epic Games bought the company that makes Rocket League,
Yep.
and so they've been implementing a lot of microtransactions. And I never really play Rocket League.
So
Buddy
I
does, and
I played it
he's
when it was
unhappy.
still relatively new. I found it super fun, but not a game that I would keep coming back to,
Yeah,
because
it seems like one of those games that's just like once in a while for like
yeah,
you and some friends.
I mean, rocket powered cars playing soccer is an amazing idea. It was good execution for the most part, but then it just kind of faded away.
It's repetitive, but a bad repetitive. Unlike say like a fighting game.
Yeah, because
I can play a fighting game for hours on end without having an issue, but like Rocket League, I wouldn't be able to do that.
yeah,
Wouldn't be able to do that
I
unless
mean,
it's Splatoon or Halo.
and I consider myself a pretty patient person playing Disgaea 5. All of that grinding,
Yeah,
because there's a ton of it, and it is my favorite and least favorite part at the same time.
I can understand that. I'm a pretty patient person when it comes to playing games too. Like normally, when it comes to the right things, and gaming is one of them, for the most part. It's like a really badly made platformer.
Yeah.
It's like Bubsy.
Let's not talk about Bubsy, please.
Oh, Bubsy for Smash, please.
Oh yeah, definitely. And while we're at it, let's add default skin
You're
from
forgetting
PUBG, not from Fortnite, from PUBG.
Gex. Gex.
Gotta have a character talking to you every 5 seconds.
Characters that like break the fourth wall and stuff.
Yeah, those would
Smash
be.
is something that I brought up uh 11 months ago this month at least. I my videos talking about like in my series like is this person should this person be in Smash? Um it's actually my second most about to become my most viewed video. It has 1,000 plus views and actually 22 likes and 0 dislikes, and gets at least a comment a day talking about how much they love Conquer and how much they want him in Smash and have wanted him in Smash. So it shows to me that people really love and appreciate this character to this day, and I personally do. I love the game. I've played it since I was young, like on par with Banjo.
Yeah, but then again, that's not a game young kids are supposed to play. And I haven't played it actually. So
Yeah, I have it on Rare Replay.
I want to, but I need spare time. And not spare tire time, because I'm too tired. Ha 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 ha. I'm hilarious, aren't I?
Yeah. Uh, passion that people have for this character, and it's kind of a small, not as wanted character because like not a lot of people really know about Conquer anymore. Banjo was kept relevant by the pure fire that the fan base has.
Yeah, I
Still
mean,
played to this day. Conquer, when you talk to people about a swearing alcoholic squirrel, not a lot of people will recognize it.
they just think of their fathers.
Oh, okay.
And that hits a little too close to home for some people.
Some people say that Conquer's a little too mature for Smash. But then you look at Bayonetta and
I,
Snake.
I mean, only partial nudity is not explicit content, right?
I mean, in Conquer they did have a or
Yeah, we all know. We've at least seen the game.
I personally grew up with the Live and Reloaded version of the game for the Xbox, original Xbox, with that amazing TF2 type multiplayer that was great because it was like World War II and you play as like Nazi squirrels versus like American, right? Well, no, it's like Nazi weasels versus American squirrels. That's right.
Um, this sounds amazing and terrible at the same time.
Play on freaking like the D-Day beach.
What is this, Medal of Honor? That bland shooting game
What's
that
better?
died?
Of Honor, but like 40 times better.
That's not hard. The control systems for those games were garbage.
Oh, I just thought of a good character for Smash. Gordon Freeman from Half-Life.
That requires Valve to do something other than Steam. Because as long as Steam is
Oh,
making money, they don't have to do anything.
it's kind of sad. I really genuinely love Valve's games. Like Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 are my favorite and probably the best zombie games ever.
Oh no, Death Road to Canada.
They Dead Rising 4,
See, here's the thing about Death Road to Canada, it's still a fun game.
Zombie U.
Oh yeah, right next to the PUBG zombie mode.
Don't you mean Call of Duty?
Same game, right?
But like Left 4 Dead hits real close to home with me. Portal does. Team Fortress,
Portal was great.
especially Portal 2. Like all those games hit real home to me. And so if like someone from them got into Smash, that would be cool. Like Gordon Freeman. I could see Heavy or Scout from Team Fortress getting in. They're the faces
Yeah,
of the game. Honestly, that's what I think of when I think of Team Fortress, him or Heavy. So like it makes sense to have one of them in. Especially
yeah,
because you can do the Heavy reveal trailer, like just like the freaking Heavy reveal trailer for Team Fortress 2. Like meet the Heavy, he comes up. Who ate my sandwich?
because
That's
sandwiches.
my gun.
If anybody touched Sasha, he would die.
Exactly. So that would be pretty good. I feel like Team Fortress would get a rep in Smash before any of the other stuff.
See, it would be real nice to see, but I'm not sure. Then again, I'm not sure about anything, so
Yeah, it's very hard to be sure with Sakurai.
yeah. See,
Certain characters that we knew were gonna be in eventually, like Banjo, and I think a Dragon Quest rep was inevitable.
yeah.
Wouldn't
So,
really expect, but like,
see, one character that I really want in, but I don't think is going to make it, is 2B from Nier Automata, or really any of the playable characters, because yeah, it's a Platinum Games thing, and having a lot of Platinum Games reps is kind of iffy. They still have very fun gameplay.
like to see Travis touchdown,
Yeah, because No More Heroes 3 is a thing.
and it's unique.
Yeah, there can only be one person willing to body slam, and that's Big the Cat.
already in the game though.
Yeah, I mean, the only alt any Incineroar player should use.
Well,
Well,
I think we're reaching about the hour mark, aren't we?
well, so why don't we wrap this up then?
Good for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning into the first episode of our podcast. If you really enjoyed it, please hit the like. It really helps us figure out
What we're
like.
doing.
And if you want to see more, let us know what topics we should talk about in the comments below. Channel in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Well, have a fun time on the internet, people.